welcome back to Season 3 of Dirt's a DayDega, where we start, as the name implies, start at dirt, the dirt mini stocks, and work our way up the hypothetical NASCAR ladder until we hit Daytona or Talladega, whichever Draft Masters goes to. Again, Dirt's a Daytona is one of my favorite games, along with Sean's, so we always have a great time trying to implement it in the iRacing format. For this season, we'll be starting with Dirt Mini Stock, then we'll be heading to the Modified Series in the next rung. Then, again, both of us despise both the Trucks and the Arc of Menard Series, so we're choosing the Arc of Menard Series, the Lesser of Two Evils this week. Then we'll move on to the Road Course with the Be Open Series. I think nowadays O'Reilly, Xfinity, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll be doing some Gen 4 Cup racing, and then ending with the good old Draft Masters. Just like last week, Sean will be joining me on every step of the way. Not necessarily racing for sponsorship, but if we have colossal misfires, we might lose a couple sponsors heading into Season 4. And just like last time, I'll be joined by some good friends along the way to either enjoy the pain together, or maybe, quite possibly, enjoy some success. But that's for us to find out as we head to our first stop at Lanier for Dirt Mini Stocks. Speaking of which, we are pulling out into our qualifying effort here at Lanier. We got 20 laps in store, so it's going to be a good one. I have struggled here quite a bit. In practice, I kept getting bogged down on the bottom of, like, trying to run the bottom. I don't know if it was slick or skill issue, both, I don't know, but we're trying to pilot this Brina number 7 around the track here, and yeah, right there, just feel it get bogged down and just kind of ruins the whole lap speed-wise. But we try to salvage it with a pretty nice 3 and 4, utilizing the middle, so I'm able to pick up some more speed. Then as I'm going in for my final lap, I accidentally take the high line. Did not plan on it, and that did not lead to the greatest lap time. It's definitely faster to go to the middle to the bottom, unless you're like me and just completely lose the car, but it does get us a P6, so it could be a lot worse. Moving on to the race, I have a couple friends joining us. Qualifying just on the inside of me is Justin, who is very good at dirt, so he's kind of, I was planning on him being my rabbit this race to try and follow. And then even up ahead of him is Sean in the classic blank white dirt mini stock. Hopefully he has some better luck this time around. And hopefully don't see that number 9 car again, as somebody's trying to clear off the shoulder up there. But yeah, this is the first paint scheme I've ever made, and it took 4 hours to achieve what could have been done on the iRacing paint booth. So probably my first and last scheme ever made. My logos are also not centered, so apologies to Purina in advance for just a lackluster scheme all around. I might as well went the Sean route, just getting a blank white mini stock. But for once I don't mess up the start here in the dirt mini stocks. I am on the outside. I don't know what was into me this race, but I just refused to run the bottom. And definitely comes back to bite me, because boy was the bottom or middle faster than the top, or at least faster than what I could do up there. So it was a bit of a struggle. We were some sheet metal against the outer fence here at Lanier. We got 20 laps here, so I'm not really trying to push the issue too much. I do want to get around Sean, but in doing so, I kind of put myself in danger, because especially in dirt, you never want to run this close behind somebody. And we see the 8 taking some slider lines, getting really deep into turn 1 and 2 there. As we go into turn 3 and 4, I get bogged down and spin myself right across the 8. And there are no cautions in dirt mini stocks, so I just have to awkwardly look at the fans as I try to get my car turned around. To no avail, and yeah, not a good showing for me. So I know I'm never getting that lap back, and now we're just running some laps for fun. I see cycle right back around to Justin. He's doing really well, moving up here. I think the top 3, nope, top 4. As we headed to lap 4, I am 11th out of 11. And just trying to make a respectable effort, trying to see where I would have been pace-wise, and to no one's shock, I am not able to keep up with anybody in the top 5, top 6, top 7, top 8 for that matter. So I'm just staying on the high side, just letting the faster guys go below me. You can see the middle starting to get slicked off, so that's where everybody was running, finding some speed. I didn't get the memo. I had no speed. So we're just rolling the top, getting a little bit of practice, realizing I still forgot to bind my tear off or figure out which key bind it is, but I run these once a week, so I'm not a regular. Around lap 9, Sean catches up to me and gives a little pass there. I try to hang on the outside just to make him earn it, but he was so fast, so he just quickly went by me. And yeah, that was about the only action I got for this race. Still in P11, nobody else is messed up, so I just get to be the only car lapped out at this point. So that's gonna bring us to the final lap. We just crossed the finish line again. Nothing exciting happened. I think on speed I would have finished about 10th, finished 11th, so it's whatever. But the most interesting part of the race for me, in my perspective, following Sean here into the pit road, and a little hello to the barrels. As Sean makes sure he's not running that car next week. As we look at the incidents, I don't know why mine didn't show up, me turning myself, but looks like the 8 was really driving it hard because he almost took out the 10. Don't know how the 10 didn't get taken out. And then the only other one is, yeah, Sean saying hello to the barrels. As we check out the final results, Justin with a really good run finishes top 3, and a big drop off to the mid pack. And that's where you can find Sean finishing P7, really good run for him. And then you might have to scroll 4 or 5 times. You finally see the old 7 car, 1 lap down in 11th place. So we got modifieds up ahead. Not excited for it. Not have a good history with modifieds after getting destroyed in that SK modified race last season in Dirt to DayDega. So yeah, looks pretty grim up ahead. So we'll see if we can make the most of it. Alright, moving on, we are in the modifieds, doing 90 laps here at Southern National. First time racing this track for me, or at least if I have raced it before, I don't remember very much. Might have raced it in a late model or something like that. But I very much enjoyed this car this time around, weirdly enough. Sean was telling me they did an update to it, so maybe that saved me from being slow. But yeah, it's definitely a handful in the first couple laps. As you can see, I butchered my entire qualifying session. I had more speed than this. But yeah, I just could not contain the horsepower in the cold tires. So yeah, I just kind of puttered my way here to qualify P5. But looking forward to this race. Not looking forward to potential cautions. But yeah, so we start on the grid P5. Alright, rolling to the start for 90 laps here at Southern National, starting P5. We got Sean right behind me, and we got some things we don't like to see in front of us, as we see a car already hit the wall. Trying to go around for these pace laps. Yeah, mixed feelings on the modifieds. Like the way the new updated ones drive. But I'm struggling on the long run. Anytime in practice, or I did a recent K5 modified in these cars, and strong on the early run, and then just started to fall off so bad. So that's my goal coming into here, is to not just destroy the tires and still try and make speed, but easier said than done. That's kind of the name of the game. And it's definitely still like a new baby deer trying to figure it out here, but anything can happen, expecting a lot of carnage, so just trying to survive. As we are coming to take the green here, I am in the 3 car. Sean is right behind me in the 4 car. He's got Carolina Carports coming back, a longtime sponsor of his. As the 8 car is pulling out of pit road, starting from the pits, probably not a bad idea. We got Stroh's Light here coming on board. 3 and wanted nothing to do with me after the abomination that was the last paint scheme, so went ahead and got one, as we see a car start to wreck but saves it, but then clogs the entire bottom lane, so that's going to lose me a couple spots, as I needed to keep my head on a swivel from the very beginning in this one. Gotten on board, trying to see what it's like from the cockpit view. But yeah, really just consistently missing the apex, and then that means I have to overdrive exit, getting loose, or like this one, overdriving entry. And oh my goodness, we see, just as predicted, some carnage, but we managed to sneak through along with Sean. Somehow, I think Yeah, Sean made it through. So we survived the first test. Jump into the restart on lap 9, start at P4. Got a pretty good restart, almost too good, as I bump into the person in front of me. We got somebody immediately dying, but stays green. And then I find some single file action, which I'm liking. The one was pretty patient behind me, and him and Sean are racing side by side, so I found myself on a pretty good island, so I'm going into tire save mode, or trying not to burn it all up, but still trying to hang with them, as the first two are kind of flying by me. Yeah, kind of liking where I'm at this point in the race. I'll take my top 5 would be lovely, especially after the last SK modified it did. Pick up another caution, so we're going to restart on lap 21, and this is where the shenanigans start to begin. A little bit of a stack up, but they've been on each other's bumpers all night on these restarts. I don't know if that's normal in the modifieds, but I'm used to giving some gap, giving some space, and that leads to a single file restart. Stewards have had enough. This double file nonsense, which I'm okay with. Me and Sean are pretty happy with being in 3rd and 4th. We wanted to avoid some chaos, and so yeah, we're restarting 3rd. Not even halfway through this race yet. It's already felt like it's been a full race with the amount of cautions, and over the radio, some drivers are not happy with each other. So head on a swivel as the 6 car is starting to attack this 2 car right all over him. As I'm keeping my distance, but you see the 5 and the 10 are definitely quicker, at least they were in practice, so Sean and I are going to try to hold them back as much as we can, try to maintain our track position. Kind of the theme with the series this week, as you'll start to see, the track position I value quite a bit, especially now that I'm starting to develop some speed to stay towards the front of these packs. Definitely enjoying it a lot. Nothing much happens until I become under attack here on lap 31, still in P3, but the 5 car has gone around Sean, and now it wants to get around me as well. So I have my first taste of defense here in the modifieds. We notice very quickly, hard to pass if the car is just fast enough on the top line, so that's what I'm trying my best effort at. Not giving up any spots, not doing give and take, any of that nonsense, but I can only go so fast, and the 5 car is rolling the bottom very well, and my tires are starting to get angry at me, and I don't get any sigh of relief, because now I'm under the attack of the 10 car, and now it's gone around Sean. It's looking to get around me as well. So we got our work cut out in this rare long green run that we seem to be on. I think the single file helped that a little bit. But yeah. Still hold on to lap 39, still in P4, but that 10 car is getting closer and closer, and he's been having to bail out at most entries. I found that if I just kind of park it on the bottom, oh my goodness, we got some action up ahead as the 2 leaders that are fighting got into it. Not surprised to see a 6 car in that. He was getting pretty aggressive, so we'll check to see what actually happened in wrecks and incidents, but all that means for me is I'm now sitting P2, but still under attack from the 10 car. And around lap 50, the 10 car has had enough of me being a clog in the middle of the corner, so he finally gets his nose underneath me, and now it's time to battle on the outside again, but this time I got Sean with me as the 8 car is trying to get around Sean. Started in the pits, been pretty patient so far, so I'm assuming he has a lot of speed. But still side by side with the 10 car. I'm going to hold on for dear life, because I know these track positions everything. It took him a few laps for me to wear out, so if I can stay in front of him and get a caution, that's my goal. That's why I'm still fighting tooth and nail on the outside. The only bad thing is, by battling on the outside, my tires are non-existent at this point. I've felt them start to go about 10 laps ago. So I'm just seeing whatever they have left, give it to me. But luckily the bottom line is starting to rubber in a little bit, so the massive speed advantage those guys are having is not that much. I'm trying to get my right side tires out of this, out of the rubber, but not too high to where it's in like kind of like the dust and marbles, if there is any marbles with this car. But it doesn't really matter. 10 car just wicked fast, and I now am back in 3rd place. Jumping to lap 75, get towards the end of our super long green. The 10 car is checked out, and the 2 car was wobbling all over the place, sliding, getting loose in front of me. And he takes himself out, so now I'm back in P2. Sean is having just as hard of a time as I am. on the tires in the 8 car, right as he's about to probably pass me at this point. Sean and I get bailed out with a caution, and then I was faced with a dilemma that was pretty easy for me. I noticed how hard it was to pass, so I am going to take the track position. We only have about 10 laps left at this point, so I'm assuming we got some more cautions to go, so I'm taking track position over tires any day of the week, especially in officials. Maybe if it was a league race, I might have taken maybe right sides or something like that, but I wasn't going to risk it. So I'm going to take the P1, get some laps led, but unfortunately the pace car is passing not 1, not 2, but 3 fast cars on pit road. Unfortunately, one of them is Sean. So Sean, the 10 car, and the 8 car, basically 3 of the top 4 are now a lap down. So see if they can battle back. Definitely not over yet. I get a little boost from the 2 car on the restart as I restart in first place in lap 80. The 8 car trying to make up so much ground. Can't do it. Spins it coming off the corner. And that is going to bring out another caution. So, survive a few more laps. Now to lap 85, still in the lead. I can taste it at this point. Now I'm starting to feel good. It's not... the new tires aren't getting to me that quickly, so I figured if I could just park it a few laps, maybe I can get another caution and sneak out of here with an undeserved win. But the 2 car on those new tires, plus he's just faster than me, is able to get the nose on the inside, so... for, I think, the 3rd time today, it is time to just hang on as much as I can on the outside, as there's a line of fresher tires ready to send me back to 4th place, so I'm hanging on for dear life. I'm not giving anything. I'm doing it for Stroh's light here in the 3 car. But slowly but surely, I start to fall behind, then the 2 car clears himself, but is loose, and that sacks everything up. He dives to the inside, gets contact with the 9 car, and I get taken out of all of that, and my beautiful run. All those wrecks avoided. My beautiful run comes to an end. I'm trying to get it going, because I see that pace car going, but then I spin the tires, and then the pace car passes me, and I know what that means. I didn't get it going in time. I passed the pace car just to make myself feel good, but I see the message on my screen saying, let the pace car by. So going from hero to zero in the twilight of this race, being patient, staying out of trouble, not really taking care of the tires, but at least finding enough speed to hold on, all for nothing as I go a lap down. Or I'm the last car in the lead lap, but starting from behind the pace car. I eventually get a wave around, but to no use because this is such a short track. I'll even get to catch up to the fields, and there's no more cautions to bail me out. We're already over the scheduled distance at 94 laps, and the last car in the lead lap, finished 6th place. Which I think that's where it should have been on speed, but I feel like I played a pretty smart race, especially making a good call to stay out, and sometimes you just get caught up in it. 2 ways around it. So an almost victory turns into certain defeats. Sean never got his lap back either, so none of us we had kind of a sour taste exiting this one. You see the 1 car and the 10 car get into it. 10 car ended up winning the race, so he battled back from going a lap down and then also that crash. So he was the fastest car. Got a blinker, and then we got the 8 car. Not a fan of the 1's pace and just sends him, so that's nice. But yeah, it was a lot of weaponry in this race. 5 just stack up on the restart. Everybody's on each other's bumpers. 6 car getting loose. This was towards the end of that long run here. This is how I snagged 2nd place. But yeah, I got lucky. Fast cars got taken out. Fast cars making mistakes, but can't get too lucky in iRacing. 5 car bins it. 2 car bins it. And yeah. Just spins it. Saves. We probably had a for sure top 5, but it's water under the bridge. And then one of the first restarts. Yep, these cold tires are nothing to play with. And then 2 car, 9 car going for the same gap. It's really tough to see from the cockpit view of if you're clear or not. So I don't think that's just I think it's just a racing incident, but got the short end of the stick there. And then the 10 car manages to win it. Props to him. Definitely earned it. Came back through the field, I think, 3 times. And actually passed people under green, which was impressive. So I finished 6th, last car on the lead lap. And then Sean, first car lap down, P7. But we were overall happy with the speed we showed, especially compared to the ASCAP modifieds that we ran last season. But yeah, once you get the speed, now you're kind of disappointed if you don't do well. So that's the next step we're going to try and make as we head into the trenches in ARCA at Chicagoland, aka Draft Masters, aka better learn some aero pretty quickly. For the ARCA race, we're going to jump right into our opening pace laps here at Chicagoland. I am the 2 car, and I did not qualify. As you can see next to me, the 12 car, we got a friend joining me and Sean. We got old Dan Wright, Dan Goes Racing, to make our suffering a little bit less, because it's always good racing with some friends. Dan and I decided not to qualify. We don't want to be caught in the hornet's nest, especially at a very aero-dominant track like Chicagoland in this underpowered, heavy drafting car. Sean took the gamble and qualified. He's in the number 7 car. I think he's got Diet Coke Lime sponsoring his run here today. He qualified up there, way far ahead in the hornet's nest. I qualified P20. I think Sean qualified in the single digits, maybe around P10, somewhere around there. But yeah, we're kind of terrified. You can see just a glimpse of that beautiful Diet Coke Lime scheme. I myself am running the Prohibition Budweiser scheme. I think that's the only one I've ran on this new ARCA car, and I love it. Anyway, we are getting the green flag underway. We got 40 laps here. I'm qualifying in P20. And you can already see they're about 9 wide up ahead of us. So Dan and I, at this point, are thinking we made a pretty good call. Not trying to dance with any of the danger up ahead. My secret game plan, I know it's not secret, but the real reason why I didn't want to qualify is I figured that, especially with this car being underpowered, everybody who's trying to push through the dirty air is going to destroy their right front. And my goal was to try and take advantage of that in the closing, 10 laps. So I'm just riding around trying to take care of my right front for when people fall off to hopefully make the passing a little bit easier. We'll see how that plays out later on. But in the beginning, not much happening from my end. If Sean got his perspective of this race, it'd be a lot more interesting because he's up there shaking it 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, 6 wide. 10 wide, and then there's Dan and I just trying not to fall out of the super draft, but we're just kind of chilling out. So we're going to jump to lap 17. I fell back to 23rd. I'm just making some progress, and then we see a track blocker. We see a car doing pirouettes in the air. I dive low on the apron, 3 wide ahead of me, and then Dan! I run into Dan doing a just degenerate rejoin. God forbid I lift. Yeah, I felt really bad about that. Luckily, none of our cars got any damage according to our spotters, but yeah, we survived the big one. We definitely had a contention for any hope of a top 10. Those guys are so far ahead. As I let Dan back by, I felt terrible. Just ripping the apron at Chicagoland and then rejoining right into his left side. So we're jumping to lap 20. Jumped up to 18th place. That many cars got taken out. Unfortunately, one of those cars was Sean. As I demonstrate right here how difficult it is to pass even with supposedly better tires. 14 even has aero damage in the front end, and I still can't complete a pass in one corner. So this is where I realized my gamble to take care of my right front doesn't matter anyway, because no matter how good your tires are, the super draft in these cars in the dirty air is just disgusting. The lack of power, can't get it on the right rear to take advantage of the preserved tires, so it's just a crapshoot. So I think we're going to be fighting for 11th here as the top of our pack. Well, not at this moment, but people are just going to drop out. Cars are damaged, just passing cars have to go to the pits, all that's nonsense. So we're trying to make work of the 19 car here. You can see even with my super Dan and I taking care of our right front, we're making some progress, but not as much as we'd like to have any hope of tracking down those in front of us. Unfortunately, Sean did in fact get into that wreck. I think we'll see in the crashes and incidents, I think he was part of the main catalyst of that whole sequence. It all started by a car just stopped in the middle of the track for 2 laps straight, so that was fun, but we survived. And yeah, he's just plowing, just on the right front. Just an unpleasant driving experience, especially after doing some different series like Dirt, like the Dirt Mini Stock, SRX on Dirt even. And then we got the higher powered Gen 4 cars. Even on the tight setup, it's much more pleasant than driving whatever you call this. Obviously, there's some skill and talent to it. The fast guys always do well here, but my brain doesn't comprehend how to drive these cars. As Dan luckily doesn't try to find me on the outside. If he did, he definitely could have kept that spot. And now we're just catching some cars that were kind of not involved in the wreck, but got enough damage to where they're falling off. As we are headed into the final quarter of the race. I think at this point moved up to P12, 20 cars P11. As he's leaving the outside open for us, so we're going to try to take a page out of the old Tour Modifieds. Trying to get that dominant top lane going here. Especially at Chicagoland. That's kind of like the lane I wanted to run anyway, but since the cars are underpowered, it really doesn't matter. Whether they run the top or the bottom, all that matters is there's not a car in front of you. And you get to do the full, utilize the full track. But I took that away from the 20, so I get the run on the outside as he had to kind of check up a little bit and use that momentum to complete the pass here in turn 3 and 4 and onto the front stretch. So there is some skill definitely in this combo, but it's above my pay grade. I can only do it a couple times a race, meanwhile the really fast guys are doing it multiple times. Dan has stayed right behind me through this entire thing. That's why I said if he just stayed on the outside, I probably wouldn't have gone around him in the first place. But I did notice that if I get to that white line, it really gives him dirty air. So the 20 did to me. So my entire goal to try to hang on here the last couple laps is to stay on that white line, not let Dan get any clean air, to try and preserve a P11 as the 20 car is still in the hunt as well. He is not falling back too much as Dan gets some clean air finally for the first time in what felt like 10 laps, and he immediately starts to rocket by. Got a really good clean exit. My car is plowing tight. I've destroyed the right front. Ironically, I have to try and take care of it. But to charge the field, I just abused the right front way too much. Got it way too hot, and now Dan comes to the white flag. My only hope is a crossover, but I already know my fate because I know how annoying it is to be on the bottom 1 and 2. So I give it my best try. I drive it in there pretty deep and try to wait for it to rotate, get on the gas, but it is too late. Dan's got the run on the outside, and I see the 20 car. I go to slide up, try to block the 20 car, but the super draft that all that did was make him even faster, so now he's diving to the bottom with his run that I accidentally gave him, and now he is going to try and pass me. We are side by side, going to the line, but with the try over at Chicagoland, he beats me to the line. As I slide back to P13, Dan secured a P11. Definitely well deserved. He was definitely better at this combo than I was. I'm lucky to even get by him in the first place. And then Sean 2 laps down to 20th, as you see him rolling around here. And that 7 car up the top. But yeah, that was definitely, I guess, an experience is what I'll call it. You see what happened to the crash? Everybody had to merge up to the top lane because of that car, and the Pepsi car on top of the Diet Coke car. We got a Budweiser car avoiding it. It's just a massive spill at turn 1 and 2. Is he 3 wide? Dan just punching Dan out of the way, saying, "Let me back on the track, buddy." And man, so I gave him the spot back. That was not cool of me. And then, yeah, this is kind of the story of the entire race, this entire combo. You're tight on the inside, tight on exit, tight everywhere. It doesn't matter. This car needs some horsepower desperately. But I don't know. I gotta figure out how to race these if I'm doing more ARCA series in this Dirt to DayDega. Yeah, 11 car given, same story. You're just tight underneath, and if you want to make any kind of pass, you just gotta abuse the person to the top of you. I'm not cool with doing that because I just imagine everybody is unhinged and would just immediately right hook me into the wall. So I don't know, just gamble you got to take. As we look at the final results, like I said, Dan P11, myself P13. No idea where we finish on actual speed because I don't understand this car. I understand how it works, kind of, but not enough to get on the right rear ever. And then Sean, unfortunately, 2 laps down in P20. Yeah, so all around, pretty negative experience, but luckily I got to race with Dan. That was a fun battle we had with us two in the 20 car. And yeah, maybe I don't know if Sean's gonna be qualified next time we do ARC. I think he might be hanging back with us, but who knows? Yeah, at least we get that over with, and we get to go to the fun stuff. We got Sonoma next in the B Open. So Sean's gonna be flying, and I'm gonna be trying to survive for trying to. I'm gonna have my own bar. I'll put it that way. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the Xfinity O'Reilly Grand Bush Series leg in the Dirt to DayDega. We're getting there. We are in beautiful Sonoma, California, driving the B Open car. I am the number 19, which is pretty accurate. I don't think this split, and I do not have a lot of road experience. It probably, aside from dirt rally, I think is what you'd call it. Easily my least participated license on the service. But the minimal experience I do have, I think, is worthwhile, as in running it in the Diet Dr. Pepper series, K5 Championship. And I've done a couple supercar races last season with Sean, and then I've done, I think, only one 24 Hours of Daytona. So I'm not a complete baby fawn, but my my sports car range is nothing to be proud of. Hence the 19 car. But I do know, I have the benefit of knowing Sonoma because we did this during the Diet Dr. Pepper series. Obviously, it's a different car, but the setup Sean and I have kind of drives like the Gen 4 car, just really squirrely on the edge. So there is a little bit of comfort there, but it's still going to be pretty difficult as we complete my outlap here in the beautiful St. Louis themed B Open car. I'll try to walk through my thought process. So I'm shifting down a second, just really trying to get a good exit here. It felt like, what I started to realize I don't know if it's the same with every kind of road course, but how you do in one corner pretty much affects what felt like the rest of the rest of the lap. So I'm just trying to make sure to get some decent runs, not trying to overdo anything. Kind of treat it like an endurance race, because this is going to be 30 laps here, so it's going to be pretty difficult. So just like what I did with the 24 Hours of Daytona, not this past time, but the time before that, and then these long league races. Just trying to keep it consistent while still being kind of quick. So I'm not going to be on the complete edge every single lap. But I'm still not going to granny it. So coming through the S's, I think my goal, I was trying to get in the 18s. I think it was a solid goal for this combo for me. Ran a little bit of practice, didn't really sniff anywhere sub 18, so I'm just going for sub 19 for my qualifying lap as we round the final corner, heading into what I just called the wheel spin section, because it felt like the car wanted to spin every single time I did this. You can see how active the wheel is. But yeah, we crossed the line with an 18.7, good enough for 9th place. I guess, spoiler, yeah, I don't do well on this lap. I already messed up the first kind of section, and like I said before, that just subconsciously impacts the rest of the lap for me. Because now I feel like I have to make up time, and then I overpush it, heading over this hill and sail up to the tire barrier. So we are cutting halfway through the pace lap because they're so long on these road courses. You see Sean 2 rows ahead of me, qualifying in P5 in that one car. I'm excited for Sean this race, more so than my own journey, because not only is Sean due for some good luck in this series, but he is also phenomenal at road racing. And it's always cool to at least make a split for once. But yeah, so he's in the Carolina Carports number 1. Unless he spins 5 times a lap, I probably won't be seeing him for the rest of the race. But you can see me in that St. Louis themed, but really Cardinals themed, with some local sponsors. Number 19 forward, as we are headed to the start, or the final kind of hairpin turn out of these S's. Based on what I've seen during the pace lap, I've been encouraged. that this might be a clean race. My goal, again, I just want to survive the first couple laps so we get single file, because I'm not that experienced in road racing with other people right next to me. Because usually in the leagues we thin out within like a lap, and same with kind of the supercars, very vast speed and pace difference. So I'm not used to racing in close proximity with other people. So this is what I'm kind of looking to get this part over with, for like better words. And as they stack up, trying to start on this tight hairpin, I get some marbles to start the race. Same with the rest of my outside line. As we come and take the green flag, I quickly see a spot to slide in behind the 11 car, and I gladly take it. As we go to our first uphill section, when you're in the car or in the cockpit view, as you'll see here soon, it doesn't seem as steep, but watching it in the third person, that is a steep hill. But yeah, that's why I like Sonoma. It's a good challenge, especially compared to Watkins Glen is the only other road course I usually frequent. So I prefer this one to Watkins Glen, but I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time. As a wise sage once said, breathe manually. So we're coming to the in-car here on these opening laps, and this is kind of the highlight. My weakest part of this race was getting on the gas. I maybe was in the wrong gear, maybe I should stay in second, I don't know. I felt like I had to go down to first to make the corner with any kind of speed. But anytime I try to push a little bit on exit, try to get off the corner quickly, it just led to wheel spin, and then more wheel spin, and then more wheel spin. So, yeah, and especially watching it back, I was very, very cautious on the throttle, very cautious on the braking here. I feel like I could have gone on a lot deeper. So yeah, I mean, it's the cool thing about doing this series. You get to watch yourself back, especially during races like this, where not too much happens. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, not too much happens here, so we're just watching it back just to see what nonsense I was doing wrong. And within just one lap, I'm already seeing a lot of areas to improve, but I am proud of that one. I'm proud of how I handled those upper S's throughout the race. Not the lower half, we don't need to see any of this, but I was pretty consistently gaining time going up the hill. And I was running this kind of weird line, which I don't think is correct, but compared to the people I was around, was a little bit faster than what they were doing. But then I suffered the rest of the track, being super cautious into the braking, super cautious on throttle, so I just ended up losing a lot of time and not fast in the key parts of the track where you can pass. So I'm just kind of riding and riding. I felt pretty strong through the S's, this bottom part right here. As soon as I get to that third gear, I felt myself gaining. But then I would chicken out and take this part really slowly, which led to a slow straightaway here, which led to a weak braking zone, as you can see. So that was kind of the tempo or the rhythm for myself on this track. And then yeah, you see they just pulled away on exit. You got such a bad exit that corner all day, then I feel like you're on the edge here, and then raising. So we're jumping over to lap 8, where the first action really starts to happen. I'm in P9, but this 7 car I've noticed is definitely faster than me, but he's kind of like myself and just having trouble trying to form a pass, or pass cleanly, I'll put it that way. But one of my few mistakes of the day, only twice did I make a large mistake like that going off track, but this was the second time with the 7 behind me I've done that. First time you looked for it but didn't really take it. This time it was like, 19, if you're going to keep going off the road, I'm just going to go and pass you. I didn't blame him. So I dropped down to P10 with the 12 and the 5 car looking behind me, but I felt like I was faster than both of them, so I, putting the bows out and be playing a little defense here, because I do think over the course of the run, because I gotta remember, tires are a little bit of a factor here, but not really in this lobby, especially where I'm at, a lot of speed differential to where tires don't really mean anything. But for like the 1 or 2 guys I am pretty similar in speed in, maybe the tires will come into play. With myself taking it real, borderline underdriving the car. So that's what I'm going to be hoping for as I settle back in, start to pull away from the 12 a little bit, and continue on my merry way. Next action comes in lap 15. That's when I've noticed the first mistake makers This 6 car was fast, but he has been struggling a little bit. As you can see, there was a couple cars up ahead that the 7 and I are starting to catch. Again, my goal is just to keep being consistent, especially the road racing I do like to do is more endurance style, whether it's long league race or I did very much enjoy the 24 Hours of Daytona with Sean and my friend Joa, so that's kind of my style on the road course. Not going to put it on the edge, not going to be that fast, but try to be consistent enough to where I might gain a couple more spots than I should, just by not making mistakes. And I've only made 2 minor ones so far in the first half of the race, so I'm already pretty happy with myself, and I'm kind of interested to see if I can catch and pass this number 6 car, because for the past 4 or 5 laps, we've been gaining on him. So I'm heading into my braking zone, already thinking about maybe how I can set up to pass next lap, but then he's like, you know what, so here's a Christmas present. Oh, it just blow the braking zone, give me P9 back. So back where we started, halfway through the race, you can see I'm on an island, very far to the 7 car, he's just pulling away, so I'm just going to hang on and see if I can start to catch the car in front of the 7. Alright, kind of with 2 laps to go, I do indeed catch the 7 gets around that car pretty fast. He lets him by, but the 9 car and myself have been battling the past few laps. I've been reeling him in, but not really making any kind of attempts to pass. You can see the 12 car is a little bit back there. A little gopher cam action in the dead grass. Going up the hill for the final kind of sidewinder. I don't know the actual name for the corner. But yeah, it was a pretty fun battle between me and the 9 car. I've unfortunately faster at the parts of the track than him that don't lead to any kind of easy passes for me. As in, I'm terrible at exit, scared to brake, so the only time I'm faster than him is these single wide grooves, like through the S's. You'll see me towards the end of the S's just get right up on his bumper, almost enough to look underneath, had to back out of it, and then as we conclude the final portion of the S's, you'll see I'll catch up to him again and not quite have enough room to get on the inside, because my only hope I found out through the past couple laps is getting side by side into this final turn, because him like me did not get on the gas too well, but he knew that, so he would just slide over to the right and protect the inside during the braking zone like he should, and it created a little fun battle, a little fun back and forth. Well, I guess more fun for him than me, but I was just happy to race somebody on a road course and not just wreck myself, much less the other car around me. So this was a really fun battle, and no pressure really. 12 out back is falling way behind, 7's pulled way ahead, so it's really just been us as we're in the final lap here. You can see I'm gaining through these single wide parts, but then as soon as we get downhill to the kind of mini braking zone to this corner, I catch up to him, and then we get to a large braking zone, and I have to do it all over again. He just gets through this kind of weird corner way better than I do, but that was the best time I've gone through it compared to him all day, so I'm thinking last lap, I know my one chance to pass him through these S's, so I'm on my horse, or Clydesdale if you want to do the St. Louis Anheuser-Busch theme, but I know the S's are where I'll make my money, so my goal, I need to get to the right side of this car, by all means necessary. So I'm peeking, and he just closes the door on me and then swerves all the way to the inside like he had been, and I knew, I'm not getting him. So I try to back up, try to brake deep, try to get a run off this corner for the first time all day, and it is not going to be enough as we stay 9th place. But yeah, so that was a fun battle. Would have liked to have been able to get him, but at my road course expertise level and where I am as a driver right now, that's okay. I'm not getting that. I'm not good enough to pass quite yet in a battle, but that was super fun. Super proud of qualified 9th and then finish 9th as a 19 car and a B open lobby, so that was pretty fun. As we look at the 10 car, I forgot with Sonoma, basically it counts cutting this part of the S. I, again, don't know what corner it is, but yeah, it just counts it as an off track. So we're going to have to skip through those. 14 car, sending it into the 16. Yeah, a lot of different speeds off the bat, and they're not happy about that. A little brake checking going on from the 16 car. 22 and the 23, I think we're getting more of the same. Yeah, just cutting. So we're gonna have to skip through that. We got the 15 car. Yeah, this is where I felt like I was going to do that every lap, just hitting the outside, because you don't want to turn too far to the left and just completely spin your car out. You can see the 2 car, he was the leader, he was untouchable all race long, just taking a way more aggressive and better and faster line than I ever could dream of through that part of the track. As we go to the 4 car going up the hill, and 24 locks it up before nowhere to go. Felt that. Luckily, it didn't really cost the 4 too much. Maybe he was going to catch the 2 guys ahead of him. I don't think so. They've got Sean again. You can just see the difference between the line I was taking and how aggressive and fast Sean's able to keep his car through this. Get on the edge a little bit. So, yeah, that's the difference that I need to start making up. As I do more road racing potentially. A 17 car braking, and the 5 car locks it up sliding, and unfortunately tags the 17. And that is going to cost a couple spots for the 17 to rejoin. But the 5, a little bit of instant karma, getting a little bit too much wobbles there on the first part of the S's. 13 car happened to me a few times. Felt the wheels start spinning on this corner as the car just kind of lifts off the ground a little bit. Another wobble on the front stretch, costing the start-finish line. 23's not able to save it. Almost comes back out and takes the 13 car out. Loses the back end. 25 trying to get the gas and power down, but can't turn left too much because you'll spin it, so you just eat a little bit of wall there. And 13 just losing it, going for a long slide. At least gets out of the way, and then the 8 car struggling to get on the gas, trying to keep it forward, and just kind of gives up there. And the 2 car, like I said before, fastest all day, untouchable, and does a really cool burnout too. I don't have the car control to do that, so that's where that bar is. I had set a good race to the 9 car, and he showed it back, so that was really cool. Sean started P5, finished P5. Myself started P9, finished P9. I think that was a pretty good solid day. We were both talking afterwards that we were really thrilled with how this race went. I think Sean said if he didn't mess up on the start, he might have been able to get P4. I trust him. But for myself, I'm pretty happy with that. Going road racing, not too often. So, yeah, maybe I'll hope to build on it. Maybe I'll do more road races in the future. Who knows? But, yeah, had a lot of fun. Fun car, fun combo. And I will see you in Gen 4 Cup. Right, pulling off the pit road into another night race. Just like Chicagoland Auto Club is going to be at night, which means grip is going to be at a premium, but also means bad time to be a right front tire. So that's going to be the battle of this race. I'm the 16 car in the mellow yellow. Sean is also in the mellow yellow, our classic Gen 4 paint schemes, our go-tos. Mellow Yellow has been very kind to us, the Gen 4 Diet Dr. Pepper series, so we're going to continue flying their colors here in Dirt to DayDega as I'm queuing up for my qualifying lap. We're going to have 60 laps at Auto Club Speedway. Definitely miss this track. I'm better at this track than I am Michigan. I don't know why. I don't understand it. But it's just what it is. So we are going to try and rip tap here in 1 and 2. I know in the back of my head my second lap should be faster based on the practice that I've done, but looks like we're going to put all our marbles in the second lap basket as we clip the wall trying to push it too much in lap 1. So heading into turn 3 and 4, I'm going to try to get a good run up, running high this time. I ideally want to run low 3 and 4, but I need a good run up. We do get a little bit loose out of 4, which isn't going to help us get the maximum speed possible, but still should be enough to put down a decent lap. I am going to try and not push it as much into 1 and 2 this time. Leave some time on the board, but it's okay. Ideally, I want to be a little bit higher with the car, closer to the wall, and then cut down, where I'm cutting down and sliding up, so I don't get the best run out of 2, or at least the optimal run you can get. Still going to be better than a lot of drivers qualifying here today. And 3 and 4 felt really nice, as opposed to 3 and 4 at Michigan felt awful. So if we can combine 1 and 2 Michigan, 3 and 4 Auto Club, we'd be talking. Or maybe it's the same thing and I just am inconsistent and terrible. I don't know. Maybe all of the above. Cut down on the apron to get an extra 100th or whatever it gets you. I saw the fast people doing it, so I'll do it too. And we qualify in P9 headed into tonight's race. Sean is going to be qualifying P11 right behind me. Should be a good one. We got 60 laps. Hopefully get some green flag racing, and we'll see if we can finish well above our car number of 16 here in this really tough split. Speaking of which, we got the split rolling off of pit road. As you can see in the Welch's #1 car, we got Colton in our lobby, just incidentally. I've also ran with Matthew a couple times this week. But we got me and Sean. You see the two mellow yellow boys rolling out of pit road, P9 and P11. Going into this race, I have done one of these beforehand, and I had some speed, but I immediately turned myself across the nose of somebody high, so I'm going in very cautious. But I also know I'm going into the Hornet's Nest, so I'm really hoping not to lose too many spots that way. But we'll find out. We'll find out what happens. But yeah, so I do have a little bit more experience on this combo going into it than I did on the last Gen 4 combo. But with that said, still trying to find out what's going on, what works, how much does track position matter, how much do tires matter, which line is faster, all that good stuff. And hopefully to not find out the hard way. Yeah, you see Sean's going to be in the 21 car, I'm in the 16 car, so that's kind of, we're not the lowest I-rated people in the world, so that speaks to the quality driver-wise in this split. We got Golden in the 1 car, as you can see, a little bit ahead. But yeah, should be pace car pulling to the green flag starts. And I get a decent start. We already got two people trying to jump this, or 3 people trying to jump. So we immediately know the tone of this race. Sean's already got sent almost 5 wide there. He's 4 wide. 9 car living up to the Hendrick scheme, being really aggressive, almost clips me going into the corner. I see we have 3 wide in front of me, almost 3 wide behind me, and now I'm stuck out here. The call bottom 3 wide, so I don't know how much room to give, so I give as much room as possible, then find out, yep, we're still 3 wide. Bang off the 8th door, and still bottom, and we got a spinner up top. We all avoid it, but the 9 car still looking for a run. Now he's on a mission up to the front, so is Sean. He's looking in the back right now. As there is no breath for air. I'm still stuck on the bottom, and I've quickly realized the top is definitely where you want to be. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get there, but there are currently 4 cars above me. So I'm just going to continue and roll in the bottom. I do notice that this 24 car and 15 car are rather slow in front of me. So I'm trying to avoid where they're at, but they decide to go side by side. As you see, the 13 dip way below the back stretch, is now I am still not found a place on the outside. Sean has blown by. Now we have the 11 on the outside. I still see the 24 slow up there, but he's slow in the high line, the line I want to be at, so I'm still in kind of a moral dilemma on where to put my race car on this track. Still feel somebody to the outside, decided just to cut up a little bit. No, I know I'm faster than the 15 car. Sean and I both know we're faster than a lot of these guys that are up here, just based on like practice times, all that stuff. So we're trying to get to the front. I finally get a gap to go to the high side, and oh, what do we know? The 24 car got a, I think, loose off exit or something. So now I am found myself into the slow lane, and he goes to the top lane, so that forces me to go middle, so I get some clean air. But now the 15's to the bottom, and my run gets killed once again. Sean cleared the 24 car as he should, but that creates a ripple effect, and I lose 1, 2, almost 3 spots because of it. So now I'm questioning everything that I know in this universe, because I thought the high line was a fast line to pass, but now it's not, so I'm going back to the bottom line because I don't want to be behind the 24 car. But I get loose off exit this time, so does the 20 car, and I can't get around the 24. He's still up there. So we're on lap 4 right now, still going. Dropped all the way back to 14th after starting 9th. Sean is moving up. Everybody's moving up but me at this point. So I'm just at this point trying to get past this group of 4 right now, because I think the 20 car is fast. But the other 3, the 11, 15, and are all over the place, and then the 24 cars are slow as they're dooring each other down the front stretch, and I can just sit there and watch. I can't fully commit to the top side because I know I don't know who's gonna pass who, because everybody's so inconsistent right now. So I'm just gonna try and be a consistent one and finally get to tuck in. But the 14 car is right behind me. I know what happens when a car is behind you in the Gen 4. You get aero loose. So I gingerly put it into 3 and 4. Again, you can see how fast I'm going in the middle of the corner, but I just can't use the full track, so I can't get any kind of run off exit, and that is killing me right now. I'm still stuck behind 2x2, the 11 car, 20 and 24. The 20 is trying to just bully his way through. I don't blame him at this point. He's definitely going fast, and we're just trying to get around the 24, but he's all the way up at the top of the racetrack, so we need to go low, but then the 11 car has gotten loose every single corner. He's all over the place, so we're just in a roadblock. And in this situation, I don't know what to do. If faster guys have some advice, I'd love it. Maybe be more aggressive, I don't know, but I just couldn't figure it out in the moment, and it's costing me precious time, precious spots, because I know I gotta go if I want to get a good result at some point. I know tire wear is a thing, but I don't fully trust it yet, so I'm trying to get past where I think I should be. That's Cardinal Sin, no drive with ego, so I'm trying to calm myself down, remind myself at this point, hey, we got a long race ahead. These guys will fall off, especially if they've been sideways almost every lap. I should be able to get by them, but I see these leaders start to pull away, and these are guys you cannot give any margin of error towards, so 11's still getting loose, 20's still on the top with the 24, but they're starting to make some progress. So it's pretty clear, I think the 11 car is a car that I gotta get around at some point. But I'm just terrified to go anywhere because he's looking like a menace for all 4 lanes of the track here. So he's keeping it low, but the problem is him keeping it low. I'm not even getting him aero loose at this point. He's just getting loose on his own. So I finally get there, and he just blocks me for no reason whatsoever. I've clearly had the run. He's gotten past 3 times on the outside, and apparently he's not a 4th time. So now I'm stuck on the bottom, and now the 14's taking advantage of me getting the door slammed on me. I'm not going to shut the door on somebody else. Hurt people don't always hurt people, so I'm just going to... you know, you can have the top side at this point, but then I see the 6 car go up to the top, and I know I'm about to lose a couple more spots because I just know where to go. So I stay on the bottom, at least if I'm gonna fall back, not overheating my tires. But I know in the Gen 4 car you gotta use your tires, so it feels like every handful of laps that I'm not moving forward and not using them, I'm just wasting tread, wasting heat. I know eventually I'll get past them, but it's taken so long, and I'm truly in the hornet's nest. And it's a tough time. Now I'm side by side with the 6 car. At least the 11's moved up, so if the 14 can find a way around, maybe he can open a door for me, so that's not what I'm looking for. I'm still trying to find clean air in the corner. So far that's been along the white line. Car feels fine. I don't feel like it's driving bad. I don't feel like I'm slow. I'm just not choosing the right lanes, not realizing the art of just being patient. If I sacrifice a spot to get in the faster line, it'll get me more spots in the long run. Those kind of lessons that are really tough in the moment for me. So I start to realize, you know what, I'm just going to slide behind the 6 car and see what they do. See how they approach the 11 and then try to follow them through. So we're jumping ahead to lap 13. I am P16 right now, just continuing the free fall. I start to make my first pass on the inside, so that's my first sign that, hey, tires are starting to become a thing. Because the 6 car, even though he had the high side against me, I was able to get by him, but the 11's like, hello, I'm going to go be a weapon again. Doors me again, so if we're keeping count, that's 11-2, me 0. And now I'm on the bottom, and just kind of getting pinched off exits. Or not getting pinched, but feeling like it in the moment, because I need to give the 11 car 5 lanes to try and make an exit. And 6 car realizes the 11's all over the place, so I finally get to clear the 11 car, and I'm ready to go free, and then he just sends me into next Thursday. I don't know how I save it. I genuinely don't know. That should have been a wreck, but now I lose another spot to old Nim in the 26 car. Hopefully he saw that and just deletes the 11 from the game, but we'll see. So jumping ahead, we're now position 16, lap 16. I finally, like I said, everybody's gone by this 11 but me, so it's definitely a me issue. But yeah, we're just still going. Decide to clear him again, but dive down low because he's about to run through me. If I had stayed high, he would have ran through me again. That's a crazy thing. So I just had to accept the low line, but I knew immediately I'm going to get air loose because that 7 was coming. And now I'm back 3 wide. Just when I think I'm making progress. The 11's still using 19 lanes on the track. And thankfully it lets me go into the corner, but doesn't realize, hey, we're 3 wide, you can't just stay in the middle. So I'm the one who gets the short end of the stick once again. And still almost get a run on him. That's how fast I feel like I am compared to where I am in the pack. But I can't seem to get a pass going to save my life. And it's just going from bad to worse. As now the 25 car is approaching me. And he's right in the arrow loose part of the corner. The 11 going for a cut down. Almost right hooks me into the wall, but I finally clear. And choose to stay clear, and then we've been here before. This time, instead of sending me into the corner, the 11 is going to send himself into the corner. To this day, will never understand what he thought he was doing, because he goes for a slider at Auto Club on lap, like, I don't know, 20 at this point, on just terrible tires, because he's been sliding them. I don't know. No universe that was going to work, and then spins and wrecks himself, so I just held my lane. He threw a slider from 2 racetracks over. And then lap 22 to P23 after fixing damage and do an incredible evasive maneuver into the grass. And then I get yelled at by the 17 car for riding next to him, even though I'm halfway through the infield. Like, at this point, I had to just count to 10. And this was the next restart. I've been, I don't know, P40. And they wrecked on the restart. But this has given me a few pace laps to try to regather myself. And I do. We climb back to 13th on the next kind of long green run. Nothing really happened. I just passed cars that had better tires in because I just continued to pit. So I stay out this time around because I'm off cycle pretty much with almost everybody. And I've seen the value of track position, as in there's no chance I'm going back to the Hornet's Nest. Even if I get passed by everybody this last run of the race, I'll take it. I'll take my chances. So lap 43, still got a lot to go, especially at Auto Club. 17 laps is a lot, but I'm starting P4, and hopefully, my theory at this point was, I think I'm fast, I just need clean air, and then not be around the 11 car. So I'm putting my theory to the test, and I immediately rocket around the 6 car, and my car feels so good at this point. Even though it's just the first corner, first lap on green. It felt like it did at practice, and I feel like I can really hold my own up here. So Sean's leading the race, by the way. He's just having an incredible run. He was able to work his way up. I don't know. He was able to pass. He's so good. So he's still leading lap 47. I'm still in P3. The 19 car is the lap car. We had a caution. We're on a restart there. In case it wasn't too clear, but just taking the high line, get the run on this lap car, and try to build some distance. We got to survive for 10 laps. We got fresh tires from the 4 car on back who's approaching the 6 car. So I know I got to get on my horse, and this will be a true test to where how much does track position and aero matter. So I don't have the speed to hang up here, even on older tires, so we'll see, or at least I think I do in theory, based on practice and lap times and whatnot. But that doesn't matter if I'm hitting the wall. We're coming to 2 to go here. The new tires have finally caught up to me, so I slide back to P4, but I still have a large gap on back. So the crabs in a bucket were truly crabs in a bucket. There in the mid-pack, I think Colton can attest to it. He was one of the fastest on track, and he took tires and got stuck back there. So my gamble, my theory was correct. Maybe not in the speed department, because I'm still getting passed by, I think 13 was on 2 tires, so and the 5's pulling away. So I don't have the speed, but I do have the track position and clean air, so that makes up for the tire difference. Put that in my memory bank for later. So I'm trying to hold on, so maybe trying to catch Sean. Sean's definitely way faster, especially at this point, so I am just trying to not really fight him, just kind of do an arrow single file pack to try and avoid the guy behind me. But Sean's going back for the pass and gets tight underneath the 13 car. And I sneak through below and steal my P2 for the time being. The 13 car, I know he's going to have a great run. I know he's going to pinch me. We've been racing earlier, so I'm just prepared for it. And sure enough, I mean, rightfully so, he gives me exactly one lane, and I get tight immediately. And that brings the 3 car around me, and the mellow yellow duo does hold on our old tires just barely, as we come home P4 and P5 after what felt like 7 races in one race. But I'm glad cool heads prevailed. I'm really glad we had a couple cautions for me to cool my mental down. And it was nice to battle back. I think Sean definitely could have finished higher than 5th. He should have finished like 3rd or 2nd, or I think 2nd or 3rd. But it was pretty cool. We could see the 11's beautiful slide job for absolutely no reason for, I think, 20th at this point. So yeah. I'm not lifting, especially I know the score. You're up 3-0 on hits against me, so yeah, you're not getting any leeway at that point. So, and he didn't say anything afterwards, he knew. So, and we'll see later. He was the common denominator. We get a little contact out of 4 and just wipes out the 11 car, and I'm happy to see this in retrospective. Yeah, yeah. No comments. You see restart, one of the restart stack-ups. I think this is what caused one of the quick cautions. Yeah. The single file with everybody, like half the pack trying to jump each other. We had a high I rating split, but not a high patience split. I'll put it that way. We got another one getting turned into the fence. The 8 car was really fast, so it sucks to see him. That's how his day ended. We got Colton, again, the number 4, doing a 11 cosplayed impression. Did a better slider than the 11, but still came up when he was absolutely not clear. And yeah, Colton did the right thing, just not lifting, did what I did. Like, if you're gonna do a move like that, I'm sorry, you're just like, even as a very patient, kind, respectful driver who tanks 10 positions to not wreck, I'm not lifting from that. So yeah, it kind of had it coming. And then this is just disgusting. He pulls back on the track, but then stops until the caution comes out. Briefly, you saw him pause until the pace car got going. So yeah, he got protested by 3 different drivers. Hopefully he takes a little vacation. The 9 car doing 9 car things. 11 car still figuring out how to drive. Good riddance, buddy. He didn't say anything verbally, but he like, I don't know. He was not the most enjoyable driver to race around. We have the 9 going 3 wide for the 9th time this race. Luckily, the 7 car is respectful. We got the 4 car just getting checked up. That's a little bit karma, but unfortunately, Colton gets part of the 4's karma there. 20 car still driving fast. I mean, I think he drove a really good race. We got some butt-on-butt action, and then that just puts the 20 out of his misery. He's been through a lot this race, and now he's going to go through the infield care center. And we got the 25. I don't know. I think something happened to him earlier because he started tossing it in there. Here's the first instance of just tossing it in there towards the end of the race. Just, I don't know what, like, I don't know if there's a YouTube video saying do sliders at Auto Club, but it's just been disgusting. So yeah, 5 car again, 25 again tries to do a slider, but luckily it's against the 4 this time, and then the 25 got karma. So we had the universe corrected itself during this race, which is pretty cool to see. And 25 paying homage to Kyle Busch, finishing backwards. Rest in peace, Rowdy. And yeah, so I think that was all the major incidents. All of this is after the checkered flag, and the 5 car, much deservedly so, takes home the victory. He was definitely the fastest that we saw. But yeah, sneak in a P4, Sean P5, so a double top 5 to end out our Cup journey for the Gen 4 Series. After a rough qualifying, Sean had a better race than I did. I got lucky with what happened at the ends. And yeah, so pretty good result for the Mellow Yellow crew, and we'll see you in Draft Masters. All right, joining us in Draft Masters is Sean, as always. I am starting P4. I didn't bother to show qualifying because it's super speedway qualified. It's just no rhyme or reason, just send up a prayer and hope you don't end up in the back of the pack. Sean qualifying P9 in the other mellow yellow car. Please excuse my mellow yellow scheme. I had to panic to find one in 5 minutes, and whoever made it stamped a number on the roof or forgot to take it off for the non-pro version or whatever you call it. So I have 2 numbers for my spotter to keep track of. Up top we got the red 28, and then my actual number, I'm car 4, and then Sean is car 7, a few rows back. Yeah, so we're rolling to the start here at Talladega. We got 16 laps, and I'm excited. I'm beginning to look forward to Draft Masters, more so because it signals the end of a tough and grueling journey. But also it's a time after a lot of try-harding to just kind of sit back, relax, and just enjoy the chaos, or embrace the chaos, and quite possibly learn a thing or two about super speedway plate racing. Still don't feel like I've learned too much yet, but we'll see if I can apply it here in the next gen car. Pace car is off, and we are rolling to the start line, which at Talladega is at the end of the oval, or end of the tri-oval. But I'm already receiving a little bit of help from the 20 car. My game plan for this race was to kind of ride the rail on the bottom until a big one happens, or at least until people calm down a little bit. Then try and jump to the high line because I want to get some practice, one, maybe pushing. My goal is to push somebody to the lead, true Talladega style. But then also try to get used to side drafting. I think with these cars you can side draft. I don't know, but I've seen some faster guys who are good super speedways do some side drafting, so that's what we're going to go for today, as I'm already sliding back a little bit, but just trying to remain calm, taking advantage of my good qualifying spot to secure a good position to evasive maneuver if needed, is basically my thought process in these opening laps here. Sean is doing the same idea, just sticking on the bottom in case we have to dive to the apron when the inevitable happens. Jumping ahead to lap 3, I am in P5, and this is my first test. Things have settled down, I get a run, and let's go see what the top side has in store for us, and boy did we get a run. Alongside the Ricky Stenhouse Sunday D car, as we try to make our way to the front. We have a little bit of help behind us, you can't see it from this view, and the 9s, does the car count? He sees more cars in the top line, decides to jump up here. So now I get my first practice pushing somebody. Because usually in like the cars that I've been in, positions I've been in, not much of a pusher. So you know what, we're gonna give it all we got. Why not? And our goal is try to get the 9 clear of that 2 car down below, so we can both hopefully file down. So I'm just glued to his bumper and just hoping he doesn't make any sudden wheel movements to the left or right. And it's working as we're starting to pull just a bit ahead of the 2 car, and the 9 gets clear, so I feel good on the inside. However, that leaves me with absolutely no help, so I start the free fall from 2nd place as I have to wait for help behind me. And the 12 car is now trying to link up with me, but I've noticed he is lifting as soon as he gets behind me, as if there's cars in front of me. Maybe he knows that, maybe he doesn't. But he refuses to push me. So yeah, I noticed that. Not quite yet. I thought maybe there was like an air bubble he just couldn't get to, or maybe we didn't have a lot of cars in our line. But no, we should be able to do what me and the 9 did. Sean jumps up high too, but he's also noticing that nobody's pushing anybody. So as the 2 pushes the 9 and sucks everybody else up back up to them, the top line, we're going absolutely nowhere. So I'm trying to wait for a place to duck down at this point, or at least for the 12 car to take a different lane himself, because I'm not getting help at all. Get a little bit squirrely, Ricky Stenhouse down to the apron. We pick it up on lap 7. This is where I get a little bit of a run and say, why not, let's go try 3 wide. Nothing's happened on the top line with the 12 car behind me, so I decide to make my own 3rd line up there. Sean is the only one that joins me. And we get a little bit of a run here, because they're not really coordinated below us, but I go up way too high. Sean thinks I'm going to stay a little bit down below, and we get disconnected. So that kind of ruins any momentum we had, which is my fault. So now we get to free fall backwards, and I see a spot to duck down, and I'm talking with Sean on the team radio saying, hey Sean, I think we might need to duck down here and just cut our loss. So that's what we're doing. Just the guys are going by. Still got some laps left to try to make something happen. Finally duck down in P12, and then we get a massive run off the checkup. So Sean and I go back up to the top here on lap 10. That's about 6 laps remaining. And we're starting to get some momentum. I'm actually getting pushed for once. And the 13, old Jeff Gordon, the DuPont, thinks that it's a good idea to jump up. And now I have a new mission. We're starting all the way back in P12. My goal, Sean's goal, 13's goal. We're getting up to the front. So I'm pushing. Just like I did with the 9 car, this would be my magnum opus of draft plate racing. If I can get us up to the front and get clear, I will be a happy person. So we're trying to push the 13 car, old Jeff Gordon, but then the 20 just ruins everything, just pops up, it's mistimes it, and that causes chaos. We got a car diving all the way low, but Sean and I survived. But now we're no longer a coordinated upper line or top line, so we go back in and then try to freight train the 5 to the 20 to atone for their sins, trying to join a faster line. I guess I say that sarcastically. I went up there too, just mistimed it a little bit. So we're got a little bit back through the pack. I get another run and pop right back out. And Sean's like, "Yep, well, let's go, buddy." So now we're back. Once things have calmed down, go back to the top line, and now Sean's gonna try and push for the best of his ability. But we got a blinker behind and leaving too many gaps in the top line for how little cars we have, and the 20's almost turning Sean down the backstretch. So yeah, we're not making much progress, and we're starting to run out of time a little bit. So luckily the 13, old Jeff Gordon, remembers the good times we had as we were moving up through the pack and says, "You know what, we'll give it one more try." So he's back up. Sean's going to push me to the 13, and I'm going to try again to get us to the promised land out in the front of this pack and try to time it to where we're leading towards the end of this race. So that's a new game plan. I'm no longer going to the bottom line right now. It's lap 12 and in B7, but you can see just the power of friendship working the top line. And we are nose to bumper, trying to outwork the 2 and the 9 car that have been connected pretty much this whole race on the bottom line. So we got some work cut out for us, but we're going and we're pushing. No checkups, no nothing. We're just, I just again got to pray that the 13 doesn't turn left or right too quickly, because I am not lifting at all. We are either making it to the front or making it to pit road. I don't care which one at this point. We got to go. So we're starting to get towards the front of this train. We finally got a run, and I see my oil temps at 275 and climbing quickly. And now the 2 and the 9 are connected again. I don't know how much longer I can push the 13 car before I need another Ford engine under the hood. And I'm getting the oil temp call. We're at 290, 291, 290. Yeah, now we're at 290. Still red, 291. You gotta get clear, Jeff. You gotta get clear. 293. I think my engine's blown at this point. 295. Now my water pressure's going. Oh, and we finally get clear. I get some air back into the grill just in the nick of time. Mission accomplished from 12th all the way to 2nd, just with the power of friendship in the top line. I'm pretty sure the 5 was pushing the 20, was pushing Sean, was pushing me, pushing the 13, and we're now at lap 14. We're in 2nd place. And the 13 gets caught out. Sean and we got a mellow, yellow, laden draft masters at Talladega. But Sean quickly gets the treatment the 13 got as the 20 decided to go to the high line up there. But there's not many cars. They needed to form one line. Can't do the 3. We got too many cars on the bottom, and we're going to start to pull away here a little bit. And right now, I'm seeing nothing but pavement in front of me. I'm getting excited. The thoughts are creeping in that I might win a race finally. I've only won one race in the past year and a half of iRacing, and it was a trucks race at Dover and a Mickey Mouse split, so it doesn't really count. Started on pole, ended with a win. Anyway, I'm still in a good spot right now. I'm smelling victory, even if it's a draft masters. All I'm gonna celebrate so much. And the 9 car seems to be committed to pushing me. I see no organization from the outside lane. I know I might be a sit and duck lead in this thing, but oh man, I can taste the victory. And then, out of nowhere, taking the white flag, my pusher, my buddy, gets taken out. The 2 car's been connected to the 9-hole race, gets a little bit too aggressive, and gets turned. And now I'm a sit and duck, and the 3 car decides to push me, but I know what's coming. I know it's coming. I see there's nobody on the top side, so they at any moment can just duck out and leave me out to dry, and that's what they do, and I see victory start to slip away as not one, not two, but three cars go to the outside, so I have nobody help. Sean's way too far back to be able to help. He got shuffled back in the chaos, and now I get the late help from the 5 to try to salvage any sort of good results here, as we're 4 wide in the tri-oval at Talladega. If this was Daytona, I might have came away with a P3, but this is Talladega. We got to go a little bit more, and the 6 has the run. The 5's trying to push me, but it's not enough. I finish P5 after smelling victory. Got a little bit too confident in myself, and I got left out to dry. So definitely an incredibly fun race. As we cut to the accidents and the shenanigans, we see just Draft Masters special, just a couple sport enders in the opening laps of this race. Just a disgusting hit and just getting team owned because there's no cautions, nobody's lifted. So 24th car gets taken out. We got Ricky Stenhouse. This was impressive. Gets knocked down, but instead of Draft Masters fashion of just immediately rejoining, what a gentleman, just sticks on the apron and just calmly slides back into the race. So, you know, there's more racecraft here than I've seen in ARCA. Got a little bum from the 24 car. And this is what happened to the poor 9. The 2 car just a little bit too far to the right, and that just blocks the entire track. And the 24 is parked on the apron, just gets a broken neck and broken femur, broken everything. Just hit at a $185 at a dead standstill. Yeah, I can't feel great. And I think this was a pack trying to stay on the lead lap that was in front of us. They are trying so hard to just push each other, but the 21 ran out of oil temperature to give and blew an engine. And then Sean, quite literally as he's saying he's happy he came out with a 0x, gets a 2x at the last possible moment. So Sean finishes P10. Both of us sniffed the front. We got a P5 from myself. We had a blast doing this. Obviously, we had a blast because we didn't get wrecked and the expectations were so low. But yeah, that was thrilling from start to finish, honestly. And that's why you guys saw a lot of it. There's not much to cut out, not much boring stuff. So yeah, we're Draft Masters Dirt to DayDega complete. However, I got a bonus race for you guys. I wasn't satisfied quite yet with our journey. I snuck off and did one more race that I'm about to show you here in the next segment. Alright, pulling off the line, we are at our bonus race for Season 3 Dirt to DayDega. After we concluded Draft Masters, I may have snuck off since then and did one more race because this combo was calling me back. I wanted to give this one more try. I've already done 2 and then 5 laps, I guess is what we'll call it, worth of this combo, and I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't qualify in the Hornet's Nest, because I still wasn't sure if I actually had speed or not through my attempts, and I only got a top 5 because of my just staying out and getting lucky, so I wanted to see what I could do. So we're the 5 car today and trying to put down actual qualifying time because that's kind of what this is all about. So we are hopping to the onboard and just same game plan as always, rip to the top and try to put down a fast lap. So we cut down a little bit, but my tires aren't quite up to temp and I slide the rears out from underneath me. So this lap's a wash anyway, but like last time, we're going to try and build a good run up to our second lap to try and get a good time. I started the cut down or on throttle a little bit too early compared to what my tires can handle as I slide once again. So now I got hot tires heading into my second lap and not really liking it too much. But we're going to give it our best. I really don't want to start in the Hornet's Nest at this point. So we finally, what feels like, hit the top line. I played a little bit safe, so I cut down a lot just to make sure I don't slide up into the wall or slide my tires. So not the best runoff we can get, but it should do the job as in my last lap I see a lot of green. I cut down a little bit early. I definitely, after seeing myself run this, could have arced that a little bit better, because now we're pushing on exit, where I could have gotten a cut down, stayed low, and wrapped the bottom, like I've seen faster guys do, but that is still enough to put me on pole. As a 5 car? Are you kidding me? So, I was pretty psyched about that. Definitely not my best lap, but good enough to get pole, so I'll take it. Alright, pulling off the pit road on pole. Got the mellow yellow machine. Heading out to the track. Yeah, the goal, like I mentioned in qualifying, is to see what I can do. Was starting with some good track position. Definitely some fast guys in this lobby, but not the highest SOF split in the world, hence going up to the 5 car as opposed to being the 16 car, what feels like all week. So it should be an interesting one. Got the 1 car right behind me, and then you got the 2 car up to the right. Those are the guys that I think I need to watch out for as we're slowly inching towards getting the green. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this little bonus sweet treat for those that stick with the whole video. So I appreciate anybody who's made it this far. And yeah, we're about to go green. We got 60 laps here at Auto Club with the Gen 4 car. No shelling again, unfortunately. I snuck off in the middle of the night to sneak one in on my own. Yeah, he had already gotten off, or else I would have asked him. But yeah, base car is about to duck down. We're about to control the restart for once. I'm excited. Alright, got a full crowd here at Auto Club. And I already got a push from the 1 car. 2 car got a really good start. I feel like I had to wait till green lights or like the green flag, so I never like starting off the race. I'm much more fan of leading restarts because I get to go when the base car goes in. But we take the bottom line. I'm expecting the 2 to have a run out of the corner, but doesn't have a big of a run as I thought he would have. So I'm able to slide up and clear, and we are off to the races. Got some battling back behind us, but so far so good. I get a little bit tight here to 3 and 4. See, I'm not able to get down to the white line. 2 car takes advantage of it. He has an incredible corner, able to get a run off of the low side, so he's going to be a problem. He's looking really fast here early on, so just not trying to race him too hard, just trying to keep the tires underneath me. As I stay in the top line, I'm going to see what I can do defense-wise on the top, because if he's really fast on the bottom, I'm going to have to play some good defense here if I want to stay in my position up here. So I managed to get the run. Notice the 2 car is being respectful, unlike half of the people in that Hornet's Nest last Gen 4 race. Actually lets me have the top when I exit the corner, so appreciate that. I don't make the same mistake twice. I make sure to get all the way to that white line to get a good run off the corner. Use as much throttle early on as possible. We do get a quick caution here on lap 6. We're restarting in first place. These are the restarts that I like, because as soon as the spotter says base car is in, you get to go, so you pretty much get a guaranteed decent start, as opposed to the double file or having to wait till the green light or restart zone, what have you. So got a really good start, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take the bottom here in 1 and 2. Not gonna really take any chances because I kept sliding into the wall on cold tires when I was on practice, so I just wanted to play it safe and able to get back to the lead we kind of had. The 2 cars kind of stuck by me this whole time in that first short run that we had, and it's looking to do the same here as we start ticking away some corners, ticking away some laps, hopefully get a green flag run and see what we really got. Who's the pretenders, who's the contenders, and I hope I'm the latter. Yeah, the 1 car is caught up in that caution, so or that early caution. He had a lot of damage, so it's looking like a 2-car race unless somebody's driving through the field. I haven't seen the 3 or the 4 car. Fast forward to lap 24, the 2 car is slowly reeled me in and is now trying to make a pass on the bottom, so I'm going back in the defense mode. I really don't want to give up the lead with these cautions and restarts being tough to pass from last race, so I'm going to be ripping top here, and the 2 car is almost able to clear, can't quite get it done, so I hold on for another lap, thankfully, in case a caution does come out. I want, like I said, I want that track position. That's That's been kind of the theme this week, so trying to really put it to the test. Able to get a good quarter out of 3 and 4 for what my tires were. I definitely burned up my stuff a little bit. The 2 car goes high and is able to get a huge run, and I make the first mistake. I dip low just out of habit and didn't realize how good of a run the 2 car had. So he was able to get to the high side, so I already know what's coming, but I'm going to try my best to make it stick on the bottom. But you can see I'm plowing tight, just abusing that right front, so I think it's best if I just kind of back it up and go home. So just going to file in behind the 2 car. Not by my own choice, he just outdrove that corner. He got around me. So now I'm in chase mode and starting to look for the green flag pit stops because I kind of need some. That tire's not feeling too good. I'm sliding and I'm plowing, so yeah, just trying to maintain my second position. We do get a caution right as the pit stop cycle begins. I was never pitting until my car is out of gas, but we're restarting here in second place. Got some cars at the tail end of the lead lap because it was in the middle of a green cycle, or green flag pit stop, so this is going to be a chaotic restart. I don't think the 13 knew he's a control car, so we all get bunched up. I probably caused all of that. The 4 car is the best because he could have easily passed me there, but he slowed up and took it from behind. I appreciate the sportsmanship. When I can see it, I probably would have done the same, but yeah. So it's a big mess. We're about 4 wide, and the 2 car, it was nice to see finally benefit from some chaos in a Gen 4 race, as I'm usually what the 2 car was like, getting held up by somebody on the top, thinking it was a fast line, but instead I get to benefit for once, so that was pretty nice. 10 car is not on our lap, so I'm currently the leader right now. He's trying to stay in front of me so he gets a lap back, so he's going to be racing hard, and I need to get away from the 2 car because they are 3 wide back there, so I need to put some distance on him. It's not looking good because I'm not able to quite reel in this 10 car. He's driving for his life right now, and I'm in a little bit dirty air. Not used to it this race. Well, I got used to it behind the 2 car, but a little bit different situation now where I'm a little bit faster and have to well up a little bit. You can see I'm just throwing it into 3 and 4. Just being able to make it stick, but that top line is just fast enough right now. Rightfully so, holding on for dear life, trying to get his lap back. I see the 2 cars finally clear the rest of the lap traffic, so I need to slide up here to that top side. But just as I do so, we got a caution. And 10 car gets his lap back. I now get to be in the front, which is always nice. So restarting here on lap 40. And we are off to the races. I don't think any of us went down to take tires, so everybody's on equal footing right now. But yeah, just really trying to take advantage of that launch. And now I'm starting to, instead of counting up, I'm starting to count down the laps. Starting to get that familiar feeling. Out in front, got a decent lead, Gen 4 car, mellow yellow, top line down the track. Yeah, it's all starting to come back to me. And just trying to keep myself calm, take it 1 lap, 1 corner at a time. I know that 2 car, if I make any mistake, is ready to pass me. He's never fallen back more than a second from me, and he proved he can pass me already. So I need to head on a swivel. We get a caution after a little bit of a run there, restarting on lap 56, and this is probably my favorite moment in recent memory for me as an iRacer, because I took the heartbreak that I got in the Diet Dr. Pepper series in Atlanta, not taking the low line on a late restart hot lap situation. So lessons learned from old Colton Tyndall, shout out, and Connor Cantrell, Justin, basically all teaching me the hard way on how to run these early laps on a little bit older tires going low. So I got to use it right there to stay ahead of the 2 car, and I don't know, it's cool when it comes full circle. And the rest of this race is just all full circle for me, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of wrap up my voiceover as we bring in the music, because it's been, well, I've never won in a Gen 4 car, Gen 4 race. Never won. Never have. Came close multiple times, but I've never been able to get it done. And after the heartbreak at Atlanta and the Diet Dr. Pepper series, this one felt good. It felt good to earn it. It felt good to dominate, to lead. Didn't have the long run pace, but I had the positioning, I had the tactics. I learned lessons from past mistakes, so I'm just going to let it play out because this was a really cool moment that I hope you get to enjoy. So, thank you. And thank you for watching, and you guys are the best.